We have a neck here that we're going to make a tenon. So I put it in the jig, which is these 3 screwed down holders with a flat surface. The other end here, right there, is the angle that the neck is set back. So I'm going to rough it out now on the bandsaw, and then I'll show you how I get that perfect. Roughed out, it's very close. You can see the pencil line. The other side there has a little section that needs to be sawn off right here. Okay, I chucked it up in the gun vise, and you can see my flush cut saw cuts on the pole. So I just ride on the angled end keeping in mind that the surfaces that will eventually be seen are something that I'm avoiding. And also I don't want to cut into the jig. So there it is. You can feel it come loose. And now you can see it's roughed out. This side here is a little bit proud, and that other one, this side here, is almost perfect. You can see the pencil lines, and the back side needs to be trimmed down. So I will show you now how I do that. This is the tool, which is an overhead pin router, a precision instrument, and I'm going to be using a piloted bearing, top bearing bit instead of a pin. The tools I'm going to need for this are the machine, the jig, calipers, and my personal equipment for protection. I set it up now so that it just skims the surface, and this tenon here is 1.5 inches. These two surfaces are parallel to each other. So when it rides on this flat surface, I will be able to achieve that 1.5 by taking a little bit off each, and it will be centered in there. Hold downs, that's critical. Make sure I'm solid. Turn it on. I always unplug it for safety, so now I'm going to plug it back in. I have a speed controller over. right there, so I'm going to have to remove some right here. It's probably a little too fat and a little too thick. We'll start off with just one of the two. And this right here will get a little bit of height removed from that spot where I put an X. And there's a couple ways. Of course, you could use a sander, but I just use this. Load it in again. And then I get to there and it sticks again. Well, it looks like maybe I'm pretty close here, so I want to make sure that I don't tear out the grain. You can tell if you're going the right way with the grain. Okay, now it goes through the second one and to the third one. I have a mark on my jig that tells me where the tenon should be. So I use my machinist square, butt it up against the mark. Okay, this is number 2 coming out of the jig. Roughed out. It needs fitting, but it's pretty close. 71 tonight.